So like when you're tuning into a certain channel on a radio, that is how the universe works. It only communicates in energy, vibrations, what you send out, not necessarily words, what we're saying. So the affirmations don't matter as much as you think they do. They're more for your mindset to be rewired so that you project a better energy that matches the vibration or the frequency that you want to get in touch with.
Okay, let's get into it. Assalamualaikum and welcome back to my channel. About energy as a whole, it is made to be in balance in literally everything. If you look at the earth, it is split perfectly into terrain and sea, into light and darkness with gravity. If it were a smidgen less or more than it is now, we would literally die. Our universe is perfectly designed and perfectly in balance with light and darkness. So that means to be in your best energy, you need to balance your energy, and that includes your emotions. So I believe that all of your emotions can be valid and they should be felt because they give you important information about yourself and what you need to focus on. They are sort of like warning signs, but not every emotion needs to be wallowed in or flushed out, because that is when you'll start to slip into despair or hyperfixation. So that is why you need to balance like literally everything, all about your energy, balance it. Okay, so how do you change your frequency if it is so important to becoming your best self? Changing your frequency is as simple as changing your mindset and belief. So your affirmations isn't what shifts your reality. They shift your mindset to be able to be in the energy to reach that frequency, which will cause you to have the inspiration to get to the goal, whatever it is. So what do I mean by that? I mean that when you are taking steps towards your goals, when you are taking action, it must be inspired action, not just any sort of action. It needs to be the type of action that comes from you being in the correct energy and frequency. So that is what truly shifts your reality, because you're doing the right things that align with that version of yourself. So how do you even understand who that version of yourself is? You need to get so specific about what they feel, what they think, what their thoughts, attitudes, and beliefs are, what their internal monologue or dialogue is like. Listen, girl. When you are designing your dream reality, it is not about the outcomes. When you focus on the outcomes, you repel them. But when you focus on the internal, that is when you can reach the frequency to have the inspiration to get to the goal. And inspired action isn't just something that is going to be helpful to you. It is absolutely necessary to the process of changing your reality. Because you need to combat your confirmation bias within your brain. You need to make your brain understand that you are taking steps towards that reality, towards that version of yourself. Because your brain, it doesn't understand why all of a sudden you have this different thought pattern or mindset, and it doesn't align with your brain's version of you, the identity that you have been placed in by your brain. And it's not necessarily even your brain. It comes from traumas, it comes from your experiences, it comes from everything that people have put onto you or tried to tell you and get you to do since birth, which doesn't necessarily align with your own actions, with your own energy, and with your divine purpose. If you have always identified as broke, then broke you will forever be. If you want to be in the billionaire and millionaire status, you're not just gonna take the steps to get to that, because you're gonna burn out quickly. And you can get there so much faster if you change your mindset, because that is where all of the magic is. I am telling you from experience, you need to get there mentally before you get there physically. So how do you get there mentally? And how do you get to this reality of you that you have never experienced before? So this is where all of the affirmations and vision boarding and visualizing and daydreaming comes into play. And what is also so important is having mentors and people in your circle who have already done it before. People that you consume online and social media and movies and books and podcasts. You need to take inspiration from what is around you, and truly you're always taking inspiration from what's around you. Even if you don't register it in your mind, your brain is taking notes, and that is what is shaping your mindset and your version of reality and normalcy. Because truly there is no normal, there is no reality, and what is standard for people like you, girl. Reality is whatever you create it to be. So take action and be so specific. When you are online, you can be so picky about who is in your space, because that's the thing. about energy is that there's so much energy exchange within everything. When you see a comment, energy exchange. When you read a blog post, energy exchange. When you watch a video, energy exchange. You are taking on the energy of whatever is going into your brain. So that is why you have to be like so picky about what is going in, because that's shaping your entire life. Babe, it is so important. But with being in person in your real life, that is even more important, because energy exchange, it happens so much quicker and it is so much more drastic, especially when you're touching people. When you touch people, energy is contagious. More than likely, you are exchanging your energy way more than you should be, and you are self-sabotaging in a way because you're not aware of it. So some things you can do are praying before you go out, or saying your affirmations. I am divinely guided, protected. My mind, heart, soul, and spirit are protected. So have proactive prayers, and when you go home, cleanse your energy. My favorite mantra ever: I call back my energy from every situation, person, and entity that has been stealing it without my permission, and I release all energies, entities, emotions, and burdens that are not mine to hold. And realize that every single word you are speaking is creating your reality. That is what the universe and God is taking into account when you are speaking. That's what's controlling how you are showing up in the 4D reality. You don't need to affirm to yourself about who you are as much as you need to affirm to the universe. Yeah, you need to change your mindset, but your world is being painted by how you speak. And your speech isn't just words, it is the way in which you say them. So if you are speaking positive things of yourself and your affirmations in a lack mindset, your manifestations are not going to come as fast as they will when your energy is matching the correct frequency and vibration. And you need to understand that your brain isn't automatically your helper. It is literally just soil, and it reflects whatever you tell it. So yeah, the world is your oyster. It's like a void, but also your brain is the same. It's soil, and it returns tenfold whatever you put into it. It's not partial to your need for self-improvement. It just returns whatever it's told to return. And this is where discipline comes into play, because you need to make sure that your environment is conducive for your growth. Because if your environment is not changing, you can change your mindset all you want, but it will put you back in the same spot over and over again. And I know that some of you are going to say, yeah, but I have a toxic family, toxic work environment, different things. Focus on what you can change, babe. If you have a toxic family, work on getting out. If you have a job that you don't like, work on getting out. Work on moving up to the next place that will be the most conducive for you. And while you're still in the situation, it is up to you to distance yourself from the people who are belittling you, who are taking away your confidence and your energy, to distance yourself away from the things that are exhausting you. Because everyone has something that is going to be wrong in your life. Yeah, some people have advantages and they were born into advantages, but you have unique advantages yourself. And you need to understand that taking advantage of them is and always will be your responsibility. Now, this tip has to do with manifestation, and that is that whenever you manifest whatever, it has to be normalized to you, because if it isn't fitting within your identity, it needs to be normal so that it can soon fit within your identity. So how do you normalize things if you've never had them before? This comes from using the power of your imagination, visualization, and having people within your circle who have already accomplished exactly what you want to accomplish. And you don't necessarily have to have a true circle, but you can create a digital circle. But I don't want you to use that as an excuse to not create these relationships in real life, because that is even more powerful, and women need other women. I'm telling you, it is scientifically proven that if you don't have female friendships, you are more likely to die. Yeah, female friendships are important. And you know what's so beautiful about it is when you have that circle of female friendships around you and you are encouraging each other, when you bless a woman, that is the greatest blessing to yourself, because women are loved by God. So hype up the other girls around you and have a support system. And if you need something really badly, yes, pray for yourself, but ask a woman to pray for you, because there's so much power in that. When you have the support system around you, you are 10 times more likely to succeed. And don't forget to hype up yourself just as much as the people that you hype up around you. If you couldn't walk past that girl without complimenting her and calling her gorgeous, when you look in the mirror, you should feel the same way. You should have that innate need and desire to tell yourself, oh my goodness, girl, you are gorgeous, you are intelligent, and I love the way you're showing up in the world. You just make me feel so good and loved. And now this is my very last point of this video, and this is the best tip you will ever get on manifestation, and that is teaching someone else. When you are teaching other people and you are affirming things to other people, you are going to learn so much quicker, because the second that you can explain things to someone else is the second that it has become first nature for you. Oh my goodness, that's literally a cheat code to understanding manifestation in a better way, is to try and explain it with someone else, having healthy debate and teaching other people. That is ultimately the best way to learn. And don't think that I'm not doing this when I'm teaching you guys in these videos. Anyways, with that, we are at the end of this video. I am so excited to continue this journey with you. And with that, as always, I will see you in the next one. And I love you. Bye-bye.